Hi, thanks for joining me tonight. It's personal sanctuary time in our sanctuary tonight. So your personal sanctuary is your meditation space, your relationships, your health, and your goals. So we're going to get a little sampling healing in each of those categories tonight because they all make up your personal sanctuary. So that's the healing tonight. And for those of you that are new, how I do the healings is I look at a composite of everybody in the sanctuary, and that allows me to find what are called matching pictures. And that allows me to find where everybody matches on a pain or discomfort level so I can see it and clear it for you. So that's how these healings work. All right, I'm going to get started by setting the energy for the healing with a prayer. As we cleanse and heal the temple of the soul, may it be with the blessing of divinity that it shine its countenance upon us and bring us peace in body, mind, and spirit. Amen. Okay, let's get started with the first section of our personal sanctuary healing, which is our meditation space. I'm going to take a look at that for you right now. Well, it's very green. So green oftentimes, the color green oftentimes represents new growth, change, evolution. So that's the first color that I see in your meditation space. And I see a lot of desire to really learn how to meditate. Maybe not as much commitment as desire, but there's a lot of excitement about learning how to meditate. So one thing that I think I can help everybody with is to expand the meditation space, because that's one thing that I see with everybody's meditation space is it could be so much more. And I think that it's just a matter of you learning and discovering all the different things that you can do in your meditation space. And mostly I'm clearing out dark gray energy that is like naysayer energy, like, oh, your meditation space is not really going to help you. It's kind of a waste of time. So a lot of that type of negative energy. Then the next thing that's really important is that there's a lot of pain in your meditation space. And I'm going to work with you to help you ground that, because what happens when we meditate, especially the technique that I teach, which is an in-body meditation. So when you use that technique, you actually bring your spirit more into your body and really get more anchored. Well, when you're in your body, you can feel the pain that's in the body. So that alone can discourage you from meditating. I'm going to see if we can't clear a lot of that pain. Then the next thing is, to me, a meditation space is kind of a private space. And there are a lot of people in your personal sanctuary. So there are a lot of people in your meditation space, and we're going to ground that. Grounding out the discomfort of the body when you start to settle into your body to meditate. Good. And then the next energy I'm clearing is energy that gets between you and your ability to have ideas of what you want to work on when you meditate. And I'm helping you clear some dark energy out of your crown chakra because that's where some of the energy is. Yeah, so some of that energy that gets between you and your information and ability to meditate is really old. Like, it's not just crunchy, it's like dried and cracked. So I'm working on grounding that. That just means that you've had a lot of energy in your meditation space for a long time. So if you haven't meditated in a long time, it's understandable. So one of the cool things is when I bring that supreme being light into the healing, it just melts all of that dried, cracked energy. Right. That looks really good. There's a lot of gold coming into the meditation space right now. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. I'm going to leave it just the way it is now. Filling it in with a gold sun. And what that healing just did was open up your meditation space a little bit more so it might be easier to get your butt to sit in the chair to meditate. Hopefully that will help. All right, so the next part of our personal sanctuary is our health. It's what's also called your body being communication space, where your body has to learn how to communicate with your spirit, and your spirit has to learn how to communicate with your body. And they each communicate differently. Your body communicates in emotions, and your spirit communicates in pictures, colors, and little movie clips. So they have to learn how to listen to each other. So this is the space I'm going to clean out. It's kind of a gray space. I don't see much bright color yet. And there's a buzzy energy in it. So it's kind of like, I think that buzzy energy is your nerves. Well, okay, it affects your nerves, but what the energy actually is the demands of your day to day life and how much pressure that puts on your physical body. And as you ground that buzzy energy things are they're just beginning to settle down. Wow, that's good. All that energy was cleared, the buzzy energy and the charcoal. And I can already see a really pretty light orange, yellow, gold. Okay, this is kind of interesting. One of the energies that's stuck in a lot of your spaces is anger. So we're going to say hello to that, see if we can't release that. In other words, the body is holding more anger than you want to. And there's a lot more emphasis on natural health and natural health practices is what I see when it comes to your health and your body being communication, as opposed to, say, like traditional medicine. This is a good energy to get out of there. It is the energy of doctors and what I would call some of their ego, assuming that they know what's best for you, or making the assumption that you don't really know your body as well as they do. The next layer that's coming out is a lot of fear. And it's a lot of fear about what if? What if this happens? What if that happens? So it's a lot of fear about the future of your health. And we're going to ground that if we can't bring that back into present time. Not the fear, but your information on your health. And there's an orange gold coming into this space now. Yeah, once that the energy of doctors being senior in your health space was taken out, then all of a sudden a lot of gold was able to come in and replenish that space. Okay, I'm going to fill that in with a gold sun, and we're going to move on to our next one. All right, just filling that in with a gold sun. Our next space is relationships in the personal sanctuary. There's a lot of enthusiasm for your relationship space, with only a percentage of it being energy that I would call invalidation. So there's a lot of enthusiasm and playfulness, fun, a lot of interest in socializing. And across the board, everybody has this picture of fear of being rejected. That I'm going to work on that and see if we can't ground that and decharge it. And it's not just about somebody being rejected by somebody of the opposite sex. It's even if you want to make a girlfriend or a guy friend, just the fear of being rejected in that request for friendship. Well, this is very deep. And some of you that, haven't had tools for a couple of lifetimes have a lot of energy that's built up in this space. And the other thing that I notice is there's a lot of a backlog of energy in the relationship space that has never been released. And I'm going to put a grounding cord on that, see if we can't get that to move. So this would be the energy of past relationships. And again, it's mixed. It's not just relationships of the opposite sex or love relationships. I'm also looking at friendships and any other kind of relationship. Well, this energy is like a brown plug of energy right in the heart chakra. And it's starting to release. Now, another part of the healing is taking past conflict out of your relationships. And this is a good one. Supreme Being is going to help you raise the energy vibration of your relationships. And you are being shown where the energy of your relationships drops when you drop the color in your crown chakra. So you're getting a healing on that. And I noticed that in your relationships, it's a huge percentage of people that you have had past lives with. So you could say to yourself, there's a very good chance if you are involved with somebody in this lifetime that you may have known them in another lifetime. That is a very high percentage. And then there are a lot of people in your relationship space. And oddly, that space, and when it's your relationship space, should just be for you and your information. So we're going to ground all the people that are in that space, give you some room. Now you're getting some space. And the next thing that Supreme Being is going to work on is harmony in the relationship space. A lot of family energy being moved out of the relationship space. I like that. The end of that brought your relationship space right into present time with a very fresh, light yellow gold. So it's very fresh. That's the best word I could use for it. All right. Just going to fill it in with a gold sun. All right. And on to our last topic under personal sanctuary, and that is your goals. So we're going to clean out your goal space. I see so many goals in here. There's goal, 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 goal. Some of them are stacked one on top of the other. I definitely can see some energy affecting your goals. It's a dark gray. There's no shortage of goals. That's a good thing. There's a big energy that is distraction. things that distract you off your path from reaching your goals. And that's almost a brown energy. Oh, this is a good one about goals, is if you don't have a present time picture of achieving that goal, then it keeps being put out into future time, future time, future time. So what you want to do is whatever goal it is you're trying to achieve, you need to do the visualization where you have that, you've achieved it, you've received it, and make that your present time picture. Oh, I've already achieved my goal. Because when you are in the picture of, well, maybe it's going to come in tomorrow, maybe it's going to come in the next day, maybe I'll achieve it down the road, it keeps pushing it out. So bring it back into present time and imagine that you are presently receiving whatever that goal is that you're trying to achieve. There's a there's a big enough section of this that I'm going to talk about it, where you are trying to achieve goals for other people or heal other people so that they can reach their goals. That's a chunk of energy in here. And what I see about that is some of you healers have a picture that you have to create through someone else to get what you want. And that's very common. For instance, like sometimes in a marriage, one person will try to create what they want through the other person. And that happens in relationships all the time. And so what I'm looking at is the energy of you trying to achieve other people's goals. Yes, so an example of that might be an agreement where, let's say, I'll heal a certain space in you. I'll give you. I'll work with you on your pride. And I'm just trying to think of an energy vibration. If you'll go out and make the money, so it's like an exchange. I, I was going to say, what I think I'm seeing is that it's a little bit more difficult, or there's a little bit more energy on your goals, at least this is what it looks like. I don't know if this is the truth, but it looks like if you are a spirit in a female body, and or maybe the pictures that I'm looking at are just a lack of permission to achieve your goals. So yeah, and with spirits in male bodies, it's more of a pressure to reach your goals as opposed to a lack of maybe support for spirits in female bodies. I'm going to call that a trend. That's a trend that I'm seeing. So some of you are separating out your goals. Remember, I was just saying a few minutes ago, some of you have goals stacked one on top of the other, boom, 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 almost like, a tall hill of discs or something. And you're breaking them apart and giving each goal more space. And I'm watching this, your whole process of working towards goals, getting very grounded and even, stabilized. And everybody is being given a healing by Supreme Being right now about your goals. And the first part of this healing is a lot of the energy that you may have felt from not achieving goals in the past, like the disappointment, the sadness. The Supreme Being is moving all of those emotions out. There's a kind of an army green energy coming out. Oh, that's interesting. That is a lot of false goals. What I'm going to call false goals. They are goals that, let's say, maybe your parents put in your space for you. It's another way of saying goals that you've been programmed to try to achieve, which are not really your goals at all. If it's not your goal, it's not your goal, if you know what I mean. So this is the Army Green energy. And it's a lot. So I'm going to point it out to you. Watch you clear it. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let me go ahead and fill that in with some gold. And what I notice after that healing is there's a lot more clarity now for what your goals are, because they're spread out in the sense that you can see each one individually now. They're not all munched together. So good job. Good job. I'm going to go ahead and close out the healing. May it be with the blessing of divinity that this healing on our personal sanctuary space tonight be complete. Amen. Okay, good job. We have a Female Friday coming up. Where'd it go? This Friday. And the topic is giving to yourself. And then next Thursday is my women's intuition class. And oh, wait, it's not next Thursday. It's 2 Thursdays from now. And that's going to be on accomplishments. I had that class scheduled a few months back, and I don't remember why, but I had to cancel it. And so I'm going to do it in 2 weeks. And it's a great class. It's the kind of class that you finish and you feel really good about yourself, because it's all about validating your accomplishments and cleaning out all the invalidation. And we're going to do it a number of different ways. So I encourage you to come to that. I think you'll really enjoy it. So that's coming up. And let's see, we have another healing later on in the month. I don't have my glasses, so it's on protection. There it is. And that will be Monday, the 25th. I broke my glasses today, so everything's a little blurry. All right. Thank you again for joining me tonight. I will see you on Friday night for giving to ourselves. Got my eyes on you. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.